X-Men Apocalypse full spoiler review. Okay people, it's been 2 weeks that I watched the film, so I can say the majority of you guys that's watching this video, you have already seen the movie. So if you are clicking here, you will be seeing a lot of spoilers. So this is a full spoiler review. If you haven't watched the movie, get out of here. Really, get out of here. For those who already watched the movie and then you want to see my opinion on the movie, there will be tons of spoilers. So enjoy the review.
Everything they built will fall!
Okay, first and foremost, like I mentioned in my movie review, the non-spoiler version, that I'm really disappointed with the Apocalypse. But the introduction of Apocalypse was well done, was really well done. As in, Apocalypse and then Oscar Isaac, then the body transfer. I think you've seen this in a trailer, but they did it very well how he was being captured. And then there were people in Egypt praying, then all of a sudden then he was revived. That was done pretty well. I was hoping that Apocalypse is a huge baddie, as in really huge, because he's one of the biggest baddie or villain in the whole Marvel universe. I'm not saying Marvel Cinematic Universe, but just Marvel Comics. He's one of the strongest villain ever, but they didn't utilize him well in this film, which for me is gonna piss off. There are a lot of characters in this film, like the reintroduction of Storm, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Psylocke. Some of the characters were done well. Honestly speaking, the way they introduced Cyclops was great. But it was sad to see that his brother Havoc die in the film. But I'm over it, because come on. And then you have a little bit of romance between Cyclops and Jean Grey, which was kind of fine, to be honest. But they put it too much, because I ended the film wanted to know more of Apocalypse, not seeing the romance between the two. And then there were a lot of stories in this film, because you have Jean Grey being the next Phoenix. This will be the next film, will be the Dark Phoenix saga. Cyclops, it was a really good, because in the previous film they didn't utilize Cyclops that well, but finally in this film Cyclops was used very well, as in he is being introduced again, which was great, to be honest. Okay, some stuff that I really want to see more. Storm. I wanted to know more about Storm, but she is kind of like a very minor character. And then at the end, Storm, where she tried to help the X-Men where she betrayed her master Apocalypse, was a bit too rushed, to be honest, because the Apocalypse was grabbing the neck of Mystique, then all of a sudden she turned sides. Okay, that was really quick, to be honest. But it could be me nitpicking. Which same goes to Magneto. Magneto was having a very strong motivation, wanted to destroy the world or aid or help Apocalypse. But you think about it, in the beginning, Magneto family was murdered by an arrow by the police. Then that is the best part, I can probably say the best part of the whole film. I have never seen Fassbender acting this well. I mean, the emotional, the anger in his face. I gotta tell you this, it was wow, man. It was strong. That performance was strong, which really buy into the character Magneto, the rage of joining Apocalypse, and then Apocalypse giving more power to control literally everything in the world, as it enhanced his power. I tell you, that was a few scenes that really made me happy watching this film. But at the end of the film, where Magneto was like having this magnetic field or some sort, he didn't do much. That being convinced by Mystique and then his soon-to-know son, Quicksilver, and then all of a sudden he just switched side. I mean, really? You had a strong motivation trying to destroy the world, but yet, and then just because of that, then you switch. Wow, that was quite convenient. That was quite convenient, to be honest. That part I didn't like. The first part of the film was great, but the second half was kind of a bit off. It drops very badly. Okay, there are a few things that I really do like, as in how Apocalypse found out about Xavier, that he can connect the whole world with the Cerebro. That part was great. Which kind of like, wow. I was sitting in my seat watching this one. I was like, oh shit, man. He is going to control the world. That part was very, very convincing. And then you had Apocalypse fighting with Xavier in the connected mind. Wow, that scene was great because I've never seen anything like that. Then Apocalypse was being punched by Xavier in his mind. I was like, wow, that scene was great. Okay, I have to give credit on this. You can totally see how strong Apocalypse is because he can fight with Xavier in his mind. At the same time, he can fight outside, as in like he has a lot of abilities to work on. Wow, that scene was like great. Okay, Quicksilver in this movie was excellent. It tops Days of Future Past, the speed where he tried to help Magneto to escape, but this scene was great where he tried to save everyone from the Xavier mansion. That scene was well done, man. That scene was well done, man. There are a few things that I really hope that they would put more effort into it, as in like the proper introduction of Storm, how she really entered the X-Men, or she changed her side. I was hoping to see Psylocke and Angel being more useful in this film, because this one they are more like henchmen instead of followers. They are just like henchmen that didn't do well. Magneto, the last part of the film, you put more. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about it. This thing I have to talk about. Jean Grey releasing the Phoenix was one of the most unexpected moments I have ever seen. When Xavier was like telling Jean Grey to like unleash your power, I was like, what the hell can she do? Oh, Phoenix. That is the one part I totally forget, because you have to remember that almost every X-Men here are young, so that's why they cannot control their power to the max. So that is why I didn't think of the Phoenix at that point. I really didn't think of it. But the way they put Apocalypse in the position where the Phoenix shows up, for me it was like a bit too convenient, because I thought that it would be super hard to defeat Apocalypse. But when the Phoenix shows up, that's it. That's how Apocalypse die. I'm like, really? There's no fight. I had to talk about Wolverine. Honestly speaking, I did enjoy Wolverine, but they kind of like put too much in that Wolverine sequence. There's a lot of blood, there's a lot of slashing, and then Logan didn't remember, then Jean Grey helped him out. So, which I'm kind of fine with it. I'm kind of fine with it, but to be honest, you shouldn't have put Wolverine there. If you put Wolverine out of this X-Men Apocalypse, just concentrate on Apocalypse himself. That would be a more enjoyable story. You have so much to tell about Apocalypse. You shouldn't put Wolverine in this film. That 20 minutes you can talk a lot on Apocalypse. You don't need to show Wolverine. But I kind of get it, because they have to set up for the next film, which kind of like there will be a new villain called Mr. Sinister, which that is what I think. The reason for Wolverine to be there is to set the next film, Mr. Sinister. That is what I think it is. The acting in this film was not bad, to be honest. I particularly like James McAvoy as Xavier. Like I mentioned in my movie review, I finally accepted him as Xavier. Because in the First Class and then the Days of Future Past, he didn't convince me that he's Xavier, but this film he did. I'm sorry to say this, Jennifer Lawrence, you can never be mistaken in my eyes. But luckily in this film, you don't see a lot of her. Okay, even though when she's not in her blue skin, Jennifer Lawrence is just being Jennifer Lawrence, which I don't like. I'm really tired of Jennifer Lawrence. When I watch this film, then seeing Apocalypse not using into his full potential, I was like a bit, this is like an episode in the cartoon in that sense, instead of like a movie itself, because a movie has to be very epic, like what Days of Future Past has done. Days of Future Past is supposed to be a one series in a comic book, but the way they did the film, the way Bryan Singer did the film it was really epic. It's a movie. But when I saw this X-Men Apocalypse, it's more like 3 episodes in a cartoon. You just wrap everything out just like that. So I felt like Apocalypse is very underused. When you enter the film watching X-Men Apocalypse, all I want to know is more Apocalypse. This film shouldn't be called Apocalypse. If you're going to call this film Apocalypse, might as well you show more of Apocalypse. Come on. So I really hope that the next X-Men film, which will, I can say that it could be the Dark Phoenix saga, where Jean Grey releases her Phoenix. So let me know what you all think about the film with full spoiler. So if you like what you see and you want to see more, click the link down below and then press one of this link to watch more of my movie reviews. And I'll see you all next time.